from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from.
It's a lot of good.
Yep, it is, and it starts off with this Thursday. We got Virginia taking on Miami. This line actually opened up in favor of Miami -5 right now, sitting at -5.5 as a consensus. There are some spots you can see it at 5. The total opened up at 65.5, and right now that line's at 62. A couple of quick extra factuals. Virginia Cavaliers at 2-2 on the year, 2-2 against the spread, while the Hurricanes are 2-2 on the year, and only 1-3 against the spread. Real quick, let's see about injury reports. I know De'Aaron King, he is out right now. Well, he's actually questionable for this game, but there's definitely a lot of injuries for both squads. UVA is coming off a loss, 37-17 at home on last Friday against Wake Forest, and Miami beat Central Connecticut 69-0. I know I had the ticketer on that game, and they were just scoring left and right. But just a couple of quick little extra facts. Virginia, they're 7-3 against the spread in the last 10 games, 6-3 straight up in the last 9 games, 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 games when playing against Miami, and 1-5 straight up in the last 6 games when playing against Miami. They're 0-8 straight up in the last 8 games on the road, and 0-5 straight up in the last 5 games when playing on the road against Miami. The Hurricanes are 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games, 10-5 straight up in the last 15 games, 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games at home. But again, like I said, 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games against Virginia at home, and 5-1 straight up against the last 6 ACC opponents when playing them at home. Miami Cavaliers Thursday night. Marley, what you think?
Look, I'm not that high on Miami, and I've said this ever since the Alabama game. I think Alabama stole their soul, took their spirit from that game. I think they had high expectations coming into the season, and I don't think they expected them to beat Alabama, but I know they didn't expect it to look like that. And I think ever since then, every time they played anybody worthy of competition, they either lost or barely got by. And for that reason, I'm taking Virginia. I like the quarterback, Brennan Armstrong. He's known for 1,705 yards. That's second in the NCAA. 13 touchdowns. That's tied for 6, and only 3 interceptions, which is tied for 7. It's QBR of 72, which is tied for 31st in the country, which is really good. We're talking all the quarterbacks. So I like Virginia's offense here. I think it'll be a back and forth game depending on the De'Aaron King play. If De'Aaron King play Miami, I probably think Miami will win, but I like Virginia plus the 5 here. Just too many points for a Miami team that I don't believe in. Honestly, it's a Thursday game. Anything can happen. Miami should be jumping because there's probably nothing going on a Thursday night. Got the home field advantage, but no De'Aaron King and a host of other injuries. I just think I like the points here with Virginia plus the 5.
All right, Flat Top, how you feel about this one?
I think Marley hit the nail on the head with that one. I think this is just an underachieving Miami team. Alabama kind of got them early, having them readjust their goals for the season.
Where he get 12?
Yeah, and I think that, just the fact that Virginia is coming off that loss to Wake Forest, and kind of at home, you want to get that taste out of your mouth as quickly as you can. Yeah. I think they're going to play angry. They're going to come into Miami, and the fact that Miami doesn't, or potentially doesn't have De'Aaron King going into this week, I just like the 5 points going towards Virginia. Miami may squeak by, but I don't think they beat them by more than a field goal. So I'm taking the points, Virginia.
Yeah, as far as myself, I don't have a play on this one, but if I was to make a lean, if King was playing, I would definitely take Miami. I don't know. It's kind of tough. But I do know one thing. Virginia's defense can't stop a cold. They can't stop the run. No, if Miami tries to run that ball on them, I think they will have success. The only issue with that is Miami lost to they studs in the beginning of the year for different reasons. Yeah. But I'm going to have to stay off of this one. If King is playing and he's suited up, then I might lean towards Miami. I just, that Virginia defense, they just.
Yeah, Virginia defense is awful, but they can score with anybody in the country.
Man, I don't know, man. They didn't look too impressive against Wake Forest. Now the question is Wake Forest that good or what?
Boys is underestimating Wake Forest. Wake Forest is good. I watched them
Wake
last
Forest
year.
is
Wake
good.
Forest is good. I watched them last year, dog. They're good. And niggas and boys just see Wake Forest and think, oh, Wake Forest, they not good. Wake Forest fucking good.
Well, that's definitely not what I'm thinking. I followed them. I made money off them several different times last year, but I'm just, for Virginia to drop that game, the way they dropped that game at home, had no answer on defense.
Right.
That definitely scared me.
Bad loss, but I think just like everybody else did, I think boys is underestimating how good Wake Forest is. And I think
that is true. And that's the question. Is Wake Forest really that good or what?
Facts.
But yeah, it'll be a lean for me. I'll kind of stay off for Thursday and get ready for Friday night because we actually got some good net games on Friday night.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from